Hey guys, Jeremy here with Simple Little Life. Welcome to another edition of Tool Time Tuesday. This week we're going to take a look at a tool that is one of my favorite tools. I love these things. These things are great for like a wood shop, a metal shop, a mechanic shop, for like an emergency tool bag for your truck. I also have them like to dedicated machines, like one dedicated for my milling machine. Absolutely fantastically useful tools. Knipex Pliers. But before we get into that, let's take a look at viewer knives. The first knife we'll take a look at was sent to us by Elder, and he's from Holland. He sent a picture of this, the very first knife he's ever made. He says in his email, it's not a pro knife, but he put a lot of soul into it. And you know what, Elder? You just hit the nail on the head there. That's exactly what this is all about. You put soul into it. You put yourself into it. You take the time to craft it. And that's what we're celebrating with these viewer knives. So very nicely done. Thank you for sending that in. Brennan says he loves the channel. He's inspired himself, his dad, and his brothers, his two brothers, to make knives. They built a blacksmith shop with a forge, and they've got an anvil that's been in the family for generations. And he kind of showed me just a few progress pictures of this, the very first knife he'd ever made. He said there's a big learning curve to the process, but he really has enjoyed it. And he's got about like 15 knives or so he's done since this one. So you can just imagine how those are coming out. This is walnut, local walnut that he milled himself, and just what a great looking blade. So Brennan, thank you for sending this in. And the last knife we'll take a look at was sent to us from a 19-year-old Benedict from Germany, and he's been making knives for a few years now. He does the leather work as well, and he just wanted to send some pictures of the knives that he's made. Really great looking blades, and he says, you know what, he really learns a lot off various YouTube channels, and it says, thank you so much for sharing your work. Thank you for sending these pictures in. They look fantastic. Really nice collection, nice mix of knives. Very nicely done, Benedict. Thank you for sending in your pictures. If you'd like to have your knife featured on this channel, just email me, jeremy@homesteadknives.com, and I will share either on a viewer knife dedicated video or as one of 3 spots before the Tool Time Tuesday videos. Okay, this is going to be a quick one, but Knipex Pliers, what's so special about these things? Well, I'll show you what they've replaced for the most part. The crescent wrench. Everybody loves the crescent wrench. They're just, you know, one wrench does it all. These are better. So these look a lot like your standard like water pump pliers, but they're not. Don't be confused. These are actually designed for fasteners, like for nuts that have flat surfaces. And the reason you can tell that is you see these jaws, they stay parallel, right? So it doesn't matter where you're going. It's not like with water pump pliers, the jaws are actually opening like this. These ones stay parallel so that they can grab the flats of whatever fastener you're trying to tighten up. Now, one thing I absolutely love about these is that they self-lock. So what that means is that just the way that they're designed, once you get a bite on something, when you start applying force, they kind of self-lock, and you actually don't even need to hold the bottom one. A lot of times when you're using like water pump pliers and you're like grabbing onto it, you have to really squeeze them tight so they don't open up and lose grip. They're designed that doesn't happen. You can literally grab onto a nut or a bolt, get a good bite on it, and then just push on the top, and it will get tighter the harder you push. So that is an awesome feature, which really, you know, it eliminates a lot of stripping out of nuts and like rounding the heads of different fasteners. That happens with these very often, because these always have to have a little bit of play to slide over the flats of whatever you're tightening. These will grab tightly and hold very, very strong. They come in several different sizes. I've got 3 of them, only 2 of them here with me now. I actually have another full set of these in my toolbox in my dad's shop, but this is what I keep in here right now. This is the large size, and then this is the small size. Now these small size, what do they size these at? It says this will go up to 1 3/8. That's pretty big. That's a big old fastener, and definitely you're probably going to be lacking on the torque just because it's so short to actually overcome something that's done up with a fastener like that. But the option is there, and it goes all the way down to little bitty. Same thing with this one, goes down to super tiny, and this one goes up to 2 3/8 of an inch. So you can grab onto something that's 2 3/8 of an inch and get a bite on there and tighten it up. I'm telling you guys, if you buy a set of these pliers, you're gonna love them. Here's how they adjust. Essentially, there's just this little spring-loaded thing right here. You push that in, and you can slide it up and down to wherever you want it, and from there. And so, as you can see, those jaws stay parallel, and you can see the mechanism in there, the way it's designed. These things are absolutely wonderful, and I guarantee that if you buy a set of these, you will not regret them. They're not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. Having said that, I've had some of these for like 5 years, and they're lasting really, really well. They're holding up really well. Let me just show you how they self-lock. Okay, is this gonna work without dropping the camera? I seem to drop a lot of cameras lately. Okay, so you take your adjustment. Right, now right there, look at that. You see that? I'm not holding on to this. just open it up. Once I get that initial bite on there, it's not opening on me at all. And that's the beauty about these. They self-lock. That is awesome. Okay, here's a late edit. I was just going through the footage and I realized I didn't show you one of the coolest parts about these. Now, these aren't ratcheting per se, because like, I mean, ratchet is like a mechanical movement, a device, but this here is designed for really quick and speedy turning on fasteners. So as you're tightening, you can, you know, tighten it this way. When you need to go and reposition to grab the next set of faces, all you have to do is just loosen off the pressure, and it's always got enough room to slide around and tighten it again. So much quicker than say with the crescent wrench where you gotta slide it over the fastener, turn it, slide it off, slide it over, turn it, slide it off. This here you can just tighten, loosen up, grab, and tighten again. Awesome. All right, well that's it. Really quick video for you today, but I've used these in my videos. A lot of people have asked what they are, and so that's what they are. They're Knipex pliers. I don't know, I call them like wrench pliers because of the fact that the jaws stay parallel. And you know what, I'll put some links below if you want to find out more information about these. Full disclosure, I do not get paid to say this by Knipex. I purchased these tools myself. I do these Tool Time Tuesdays mostly just to show you the tools that I've bought. If ever there's a tool on Tool Time Tuesday that I have been given, or that I've been given, I will let you know. So rest assured, I'm not just being paid to tell you this stuff. This is all coming from me based on my experience and what I genuinely like to use. Having said that, I'm probably going to put these in my Amazon store, so if you do decide to buy a pair, if you go through that route and through my Amazon store, I get a little tiny bit of that money. It doesn't cost you anything extra. Either way, I really think you should check out these things. I absolutely love them. Knipex pliers. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.